Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over some teams that you can use with the new mythic Plague. Plague is the only mythic that is currently in the drop pool for this following week, and you can get it in Glory Keys, Gem Keys, or VIP chests. So let's get into some teams with it. For any of you that are wondering, let's just go into this 3 trophy. The Apocalypse, for having 3 of them, it gives a bonus of 3 attack. So I assume when the 4th mythic comes of death, whenever that may be, the bonus that this team will have will likely be 5 attack if you use all 3 of the mythics with it. I doubt this team would ever be viable though, because I know these 3 together won't really form a decent team. You can use about 2 of them together. That's about the max amount of mythics you can put on a team before there's too many mana colors, because they'll just keep blocking each other for the most part. So you really don't need more than 2 different mythics whenever you build a team. Anyways, let's get into some Plague teams. The first one I have here is actually the favorite one I have found so far. It is War, Green Seer, Giant Spider, and Plague. If you don't have War, you can replace that with pretty much any kind of brown-red troop, like Cyclops or Shugra even would be decent, Emperina, anything like that. But the basic premise of this team, the pretty common Green Seer plus Giant Spider loop, but what works pretty well with this is, of course, Green Seer does do green, giving Giant Spider all of its mana. Giant Spider does purple, which gives Green Seer all of its mana, and it just keeps looping between the two. What works really well with this is Plague's third trait, Aspect of Plague. It's basically like Moloch's trait, except it's twice as effective. Enemies lose 2 skill points on every time it does multiple matches at once. So instead of 1 like Moloch, it does 2. So with Green Seer and Giant Spider looping between each other, you'll just keep triggering Plague. And because of, Plague, Aspect of Plague. And because of Plague's color, both has green and purple, every single time Green Seer and Giant Spider loop between each other, it's going to be filling up Plague. And if you end up losing your War, or whatever you end up putting in your first slot, Giant Spider will just replace it with a red little spider, so you'll still pretty much be covering all the colors except for brown. So let's get into this match. We're up against an all Marauder team. I have the banner set to double green so that the overflow from Green Seer will go to Plague easier, as well as to get Giant Spider up from the start. The reason I didn't put a mana towards the Green Seer is, Giant Spider already has Magic Link, so it'll still be able to get it up, and Green Seer will still be able to get up in 2 turns as long as it gets 1 Surge, and one of those 2 matches is a purple. So let's get into this. And we already got both of them up, and from this point we can pretty much just keep looping. Unfortunately, I do not see an extra turn, so we are going to have to give a turn to him. I'll just take these flues. Yeah, you could actually, if you get really lucky, you can probably win with this team without ever giving the enemy a turn. There used to be a lot of fun decks that used to do that. Actually, they never really went away. It's just when Kingdoms started getting their bonuses of HP and armor, it started to make them less viable. But this is actually a pretty good loop team that can keep going and still do all the damage. One really good thing about War, if you happen to have him, is he has that armor piercing, plus he's gaining 2 attacks. So if you ever waste a turn, you'll be getting attacked for it. But you have that armor piercing, so even when it's doing normal skull damage, it might be able to one-shot some enemies. It won't for this Goblin team because they have the HP bonus, which is helping to keep them a little bit higher. But most general teams, that might actually be able to one-shot some of the enemies. Anyways, take these skulls. They'll take those skulls, and we need to try finding a match to get this back and running. Obviously, you do not want to convert your greens or purples away from yourself. And we have Plague up, so let's just take these skulls and use his ability. He'll take the browns. And something else. Okay, he's gonna make a bunch of greens next turn. So let's actually take away some of those from him. And I'll leave those skulls there. You can see our Green Seer actually entangled the Hobgoblin, so he's not even gonna do any damage. Let's just let's use Plague. It'll reduce all of their skills by 30. Oh, I didn't even go over Plague. I completely just went past it because I already did in the other video. Forgot to do in this one. Anyways, what is Plague? Well, for one, I showed most of his things. it does double damage to diseased, and his ability diseases all, and then reduces all enemy skills by however much magic you have. One thing to note about this is it is really, really low. You can see most of it's actually coming from, most of this stat reduction is coming from kingdoms, because kingdoms are supplying 8 to this. So by default, a plague, I keep calling plague famine for some reason. A plague only has 5 magic once you get him up to level 20, and the other 8 comes from kingdom. So a fairly low magic, so it might not be as good if you're an early game player. And one other thing to note about his ability is it does a random different skill to every single enemy. Like you can see here, to one it did attack, and to the other it didn't. It can do it to, it's kind of like Brian the Lucky, how he does a random different stat to every single one. Unlike Aspect of Plague, that one does the same stat to all enemies. But with his ability, it does a random different stat to all enemies. So it's a little bit different between the two. Plus it diseases everyone, which goes with his twice as much disease damage. And he has Impervious, so no stats effects for him. So let's convert these yellows out of the way and start getting into the converting loop. I might actually be able to show a bug with this too. Let me see. If I can get it looping, yeah, I can.
From the life of the earth.
I need his HP lower. Let's see. Oh, let's do it on blue. Take the greens after. Oh, maybe not. Come on, lose HP already. Let's use it on reds. And as you can see, you eventually reach the point that you just loop endlessly for the most part. Okay, now he's down to 1 HP. There's actually a glitch with suppression, Aspect of Plague, and basically anything that decreases ability. For some reason, stat reduction, when done on HP, cannot actually kill something. So if we were to get a HP reduction on the Hobgoblin, it won't actually kill him. This will be fixed in the next patch, but I figured I'd mention that now if any of you are wondering, since some of you might be getting him really soon. I'm trying to get it to trigger on it so I can show. Oh, I just killed him on accident. But if you happen to get like an HP debuff, it wouldn't have killed him. He would still be alive. Luckily, it doesn't freeze up the game, unlike Famine does. But it still prevents you from killing it with that specific reduction. But that'll be fixed soon. Anyways, back to this match. All we really do is just keep looping. And as you can see, that's kind of the reason we have war here. He just keeps getting attacked if we miss turns, and he just keeps wiping them out, even if we're not doing direct damage to them. So this is the best team I've found for Plague so far. Of course, if you have any teams that you want to suggest, feel free to leave in the comment section below. Because this is just what I came up with in like an hour or so after just playing it after he came out. So I'm pretty sure there's hundreds of other great teams with him. This next team I'm doing is an all Daemon team. It gets +2 attack and +1 magic bonus for that, which is good for Merilith. You'll be getting 1 more Gem Destroy, Moloch 1 more True Damage, Plague 1 more stat reduction to everyone, and 1 more extra explosion for Gorgoltha, which isn't too much, but he's pretty much exploding the whole board regardless. So let's get into this. We actually have the banner set to double red. We have Firelink on both Merilith and Moloch, so we're going to be really focusing on those reds there. Get Merilith up, then that will help get Gorgoltha up, and then we just kind of keep going from there. Plus we have both Suppression and Plague. This is going to be reducing their stats every single time. That's a total of 3 stat reduction. And they'll keep reducing HP. And we have things like true damage. We have things like other true damage. So we'll be able to really kill them out pretty easily. Also, we're up against pretty much a Goblin team again, just with a Knight Coronet up in front. Goblins are still so popular, even with the freeze mechanic in the game. So, what do we have? Well, I want to take this red, so we're going to take this greens, and that'll fall into this reds. And we already have the ability up, even without a surge. So, before I just use it, I am going to take these reds. You basically, with this team, you'd always want to take reds, since we're getting a 4 bonus mana every time with it. It doesn't even need to be a surge. Actually, we haven't got a single surge yet this specific match, so let's use this. We're getting 20 mana randomly. And a couple of skull damage. Yeah, I got a bit of a cough this morning. Probably from waking up so early. There was a thing shown on the VIP chest, like it was being reset in a couple days or something, which had a lot of people and a rumor spreading around that that plague would come out today, and it ended up being true, as you can see. So that's kind of why I woke up this morning early, just so I can get these videos out to show everyone, just so you guys know about it. And if you have any questions about the new mythic, I'll be able to answer it and everything like that. I really wish I could drop that right there. We'll just take these browns. I'm actually just going to completely ignore those skulls. We're only doing 13 because of his stone skin right there, that 50% reduction. So we might as well just clear out the board. And we clear out everything except those 2 gems. We'll just take some skulls. Even more pointless, just doing 5 due to granite skin. It's the battle of skull reduction here. Let's use a plague cast. And when that hits magic, that's actually the most effective thing that it can probably hit. Is whenever it does magic, because if we go over to Knight Coronet right here, it is only doing 4 magic now, and it has a 2-to-1 boost ratio and everything still. But you can normally see like the difference between characters and their magic. Like for example, Plague normally, like if you had 0 magic on this right now, his base is only 2. So if you get him all the way down to 0, he's only going to be able to do 2 stat reduction every single time. Like certain troops have different static numbers that they have as a minimum, even if you decrease it all the way down. Like I don't have it here and won't be able to show it since it's not in this match. Hopefully it might be next match. But if there was a web spinner in the opposite team and they got a magic reduction, what web spinner doesn't have any base stats for his or for her damage. So if you were to reduce her magic to 0, it would do 0 AoE damage. All it does is just spawn a few greens instead of what it normally does. So it's pretty interesting, some of the things that you can do with magic reduction.
Mana surge.
Just keep in mind, if you ever see like some stats, even after you reduce a troop to 0, that's because that troop has some base stats. Okay, let's just explode it. Actually, before we explode it, let's just mana burn. I think that's going to kill too. So that will get stone skin out of the way, so we can start killing them just with skull damage if we want to. And Merilith here, if Gorgolfa somehow died, we have 45 damage on Merilith. Again, Merilith has the highest base attack in the game. And it works pretty well with pretty much everything. There isn't like anything that she doesn't work well with for the most part. She's really strong. Let's just use Plague again. We hit magics again, so if we go into there, let's see if any of them actually got reduced to 0. Yeah, as you can see here, Goblin has a base damage of 2. Even at 0, he's still doing 2 damage. And Hobgoblin, even though we have him at 0, he still has a base damage of 3. So there are troops that still have that a little bit. Just to make sure they do nothing. Or they don't do nothing.
Mana surge.
He's gonna spawn some greens. And then he'll cast like a 2 damage Goblin cast. Let's see, I want to see that. That'll be funny. I don't think I've ever seen a Goblin do that little damage. Here we go. 2 damage! Oh, wow. Okay, let's take that. Got suppression up. Got this stuff. Just keep taking everything. Take the skulls? Yeah, we'll take the skulls. Got double skulls.
Mana surge.
Okay, let's just kill a bunch of things. Sliced up the board.
Mana surge.
Got a bunch of mana for it.
Surge.
Actually, we have all of our abilities up. And from here, you can see Merilith just keep chipping at their HP, and that just allows Moloch to be able to one-shot any of them that we choose. So, I don't know, let's just use Outbreak again. Hit attack, and I didn't see what it hit on the Hobgoblin. I mean, the Shaman. So, let's see. Yeah, that'll be enough to kill. So we'll use it on that. Then we'll just explode, or Merilith, and then probably explode, and that'll probably be the game. Archer, take these skulls, and then Merilith. Or explode, let's see. Wish it would just die already. There we go. Has ability up. Oh, also Decay. I actually didn't say it yet, but it's one of the weakest stats effects in the game right now. But what it does is it halves the mana that the troop gains. So it's basically like half a silence. So if it was to do a purple match, like if it was to take these 4, it would only gain 2 mana instead of the full 4. And we are 1 damage short. Of course, we'll survive with 1.
Mana surge.
And his magic is so low that it's only doing 3 HP right now.
Mana surge.
I don't know. Was it even reduced? I don't remember. It was reduced slightly. It wasn't reduced all the way. Actually, Goblin Shaman is one. You can see he has 3, and then he heals an ally for 3. Well, if we actually got his magic down to 0, he would heal an ally by 0, so it would just do nothing. But we don't have time for that. We'll just kill him off with the explosion, and that will do it for this match. So those were the 2 better teams. There was one other team that I really wanted to try with this, and it actually isn't as good as these first 2 that I just showed, but I really do still want to show it still. We're going to do it against DHJL too. It is Triple Plague Valkyrie. Yes, that is a thing. Since most of you probably don't have Triple Plague, I am going to put something else up front, since Double Plague is slightly more likely. What am I looking for? Golem. If just replace it with Golem, and that way you'll cover all colors. You will get 2 less stat reduction since you don't have the 3rd Plague, but you'll be able to cover all the colors, plus you'll have Stone Skin, and you still have the Impervious on Golem. So this entire team has Impervious except for Valkyrie. So let's get into this. We have yellow-blue, yellow just to get Valkyrie up, blue, so with Valkyrie's bonus blue, we'll just be able to get Plague, and both Plagues up easier. So let's get into this match. We could actually lose this one. Double Plague and Triple Plague isn't too good right now due to the glitch that's in the game with stat reduction, but let's just see how it goes. Because you can't kill with an HP stat reduction, which kind of completely defeats the point of the stat reductions. But that'll be fixed next patch, the devs already said.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Okay, let's see. I'm thinking reds. We don't really need reds that much. We set it to yellow, so we need yellows more than we need reds for our Valkyrie.
Mana surge.
And there we go, the double aspect of Plague. I keep forgetting what all these things are called. So bad with names. Okay, so let's take these yellows.
Mana
Got a surge, so any match for Valkyrie will fill her up next. I don't want to take skulls. They're basically useless. They're also pretty useless to him as well, so really no point in doing that. I will use this Plague probably. Let's see. Yeah. Because we don't want that mana drain going down. And he's going to be wasting next turn anyways. So we hit attack, armor, magic, and attack. And let's see, if we go over to Vinoxia, you can see it gains 0 attack. So if Vinoxia was to cast, it would gain, well, actually it would gain 1 attack because Arcane would trigger and that would raise its magic to 1. But yeah, it would technically do 0 if it didn't have that trait. Okay, I want yellow and red so bad, but we can't get it right now. So we're going to have to just take these blues, I guess.
Mana surge.
Got some browns off it as well. If we can get a surge, we'll be able to get a explosion off and lower some of the rest of their armor. Take these reds. We'll get a Valkyrie up. No place to really cast it though. He's going to take our blues because we have it set on our banner. Well, we have it set on. We have it at +2 instead of yellow. That's at +1. So he's going to prioritize it a little bit more than other colors. The AI, that is. Yeah, let's just take these screens.
Surge.
Start trying to get that next Plague cast up.
Mana surge.
As you can see, this team is a bit slower than the other ones. But I wanted to try it since I noticed that Plague would work with it ever since I saw it in like the spoiler thing. So I figured I'd try it. It's worth a shot. It'd be a lot stronger, of course, if the glitch wasn't a thing. Let's try getting a surge off this round.
Mana surge.
And from here, it's going to cast that. It's still going to do all of its green and blues, but as you can see, it only gained 1 attack. Because it now got the 1 from its arcane, and it got 1 attack. So, magic reduction, really strong. The strongest reduction you can do. Well, it's made a bunch of greens and blues for us, so let's utilize that. Take it all from him. We got double of our plagues up, so let's just keep taking the board. Their Gorgotha's at 0 attack damage, so that's not even a threat anymore. And let's see. We don't really need skulls. We could take these yellows. Either way, he's going to be taking skulls though, so it doesn't matter. We could do skull reduction. Do armor reduction. I think I'm actually going to do that. I won't be able to get mana out of it. I don't think anywhere. So let's just do it here. So that just lowered the armor by 17, I think that just was. Let me see. 16 or 17. And from here, we can just keep plaguing them with Outbreak. He's gonna mana drain us. Right there, yep. But we'll be able to get that right back up. Let's see. Let's just take these yellows, get Valkyrie back up, cast on some blues, and then keep casting them.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Yeah, this team is a bit slow compared to the other two. As you can see. Let's just keep letting it take skull damage. It's doing literally zero damage. So it's no threat at all. Let's take away our blues from our golem. He doesn't really need it too much. Our armor's already down.
Mana surge.
And I guess we'll take these yellows. So just take the skulls. Nothing you can do with it. And that green even fell, so he's not even going to get some green mana. And I want to get Valkyrie up, so we'll do that. He'll probably take some blues this turn. Yep. And I'm thinking brown, purple, yellow. Actually, I'm going purple. Let's just take that out of the way. And then let's take purple. And at this point, they're all going to be 0 stats by the end of this match, how slow it's going. So, yeah, definitely advise trying one of the first two. If any of you have any Valkyrie team suggestions, definitely leave it in the comments below with Plague. Because Valkyrie triple Plague and Valkyrie double Plague doesn't seem to be going too particularly fast. So maybe for a defend team it would be good.
Critical hit.
Okay, so let's see. Let's use it on green. They don't need the mana, but we will be getting the stat reductions. The only other problem with these stat reductions is it can trigger on armor and on stats that already are 0. So it'll just keep repeating pointlessly on some stats. Which isn't a big deal. That's not like a glitch or anything. That's just how stat reduction works. And I might as well just let it take all these goals. I can't do anything with him, and he can't. And the only problem is we can't really do too much with this, with his ability. And since Gorgotha's just sitting there tanking for him, that's the main reason we aren't getting any progress. So maybe we actually should be taking skulls. Because Gorgotha's just blocking everything that we can possibly do right now. Okay, let's do that. Oh no, he did 1 damage. Gasp. I'm getting more of those aspects. Just keep lowering down that HP. Taking at it very, very, very slowly. I guess we can do explosion.
Surge.
Actually, we could almost do more damage with explosion than we can because of granite skin. But we do how much is it? 5 to granite skin, and we do 1 skull damage per skull exploded. So it almost does. Actually, am I just seeing things, or can Outbreak or stat reduction not hit HP? I haven't seen his ability actually hit HP. I've seen his aspect of Plague hit HP, but not his actual ability. So he's gonna mana drain us. That's a little bit annoying. Making this even slower. Come on now. Die already. Okay, take these brown and black. We got our explosion. We got an extra turn. Getting everything everywhere.
Mana surge.
We take down that HP with the aspect of Plague, the double. And purple? Yeah, I'm thinking purple. We'll get both of them up again. Really no need to keep casting though, because they're all at 0 attack. They're probably all at 0 magic. Yeah, except for Vinoxia, but that's because it keeps getting magic whenever anything casts. So yeah, basically just keep doing skull damage this match. Yeah, I can almost guarantee now that Outbreak does indeed not hit, or any kind of ability that a troop has cannot hit HP. Because I know, what was it called? Herald of Chaos. I believe Herald of Chaos ended up having that same problem. So that would make sense. I'm pretty sure they're fixing that as well in the next patch as well. So hopefully that will get fixed. Anyways, let's explode somewheres. Take out that Gorgotha. I'm not gonna really pay attention too much. We're gonna do a good explosion. Let's just take it out real quick. Oh, come on! You've got to be kidding. This game's just trying to troll me to take as long as possible because it know I picked such a slow team. Yeah, don't play this team. It is too slow to even comprehend. Or maybe with a different other troop. I don't know. What would work really quick? Maybe, what's it called? Why can't I remember his name right now? Gerald Fireman. Maybe that would be a lot quicker with this team. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? How much we really can do? Let's just start casting these again. Start getting this one guy out. We took out his armor. Let's take out his attack or something else.
Mana surge.
Maybe even his magic since he's about to do that. Okay, we keep hitting HP. That's really good. Take these yellows. We'll be able to get more stat reduction with that. He'll cast that. He might start actually even killing something. That would be so sad. So ridiculously sad if we somehow lost this. Okay, let's take these browns so he doesn't.
Surge.
And of course he still goes for brown anyways, of course. Let's see. Nope. Oh, actually we can. Never mind. Take that. Try looking for an extra turn. Probably off the greens.
Mana surge.
Wish I could cast it on purple, but I could there, but we're not going to get an extra turn if we do. Or there, but we also don't get an extra turn. So let's use this. We'll get our plague back up. We'll also get more stat reduction. Only attack on one of them. Really disappointing. Need that hitting HP. Of course, that's only a 1 in 4 chance, though. Okay, so let's see. We could do there. We'll knock the blue down. We really have no need to do that though. So let's just cast it right there. That worked well, or kind of not well. It just got all that mana now. And that other mana. Oh, come on. This actually went a lot quicker last time, but they didn't have a Gorgotha up front, so actually they didn't have any kind of skull reduction, so that's probably why it went so much quicker when I was testing it than right now. Gosh. Yeah, double and triple plague. You probably only need one and use it with a good looping team. Because this is not how you do. This is not how you do it. So let's do this. Hope for some HP reduction. Come on, come on. Yeah, we got HP. We got some magic for him too. It also brings you back down to 0. 0. And you're getting there. We'll get to you eventually. We'll have time.
Mana surge.
At this rate.
Mana surge.
Okay, okay. Let's use it on green. Come on, HP. Nope, no HP. Okay, so let's use one of these again. He's about to drain our mana anyway, so we kind of have to. So yeah, it hit none of their HP again. And based on how many times we have casted it, I can pretty much say with 100% certainty that it cannot hit HP. When it says random skill, it means random skill other than HP. Because it is not reducing HP ever. His strength does, but his abilities does not. And he'll cast that again. He is getting dangerously close to killing us. Actually, he is about to kill one of us. Wow. We actually managed to lose a troop. And if we somehow delay long enough, we're going to lose our Valkyrie. No, there's no way this game is going to go long enough that we're going to lose that Valkyrie. That would be like the longest game I played in months if it goes that long.
Mana surge.
Actually, I think this already is the longest game I played in months. This specific match we're doing right now. Okay, we killed one, and there's no Gorgotha in the way, so he can't stop our skulls. So we can start actually doing kills now. Finally. Good thing he missed that. You notice something interesting here. It did 0 skull damage, but it has Siphon. Siphon is whenever it does skull damage, it steals our mana. You see here, I actually didn't know that this could even happen. I just learned this right now, so you guys can learn it with me. Because it had 0 attack, it couldn't trigger its trait. And this works with things like the Great Maul and pretty much anything that has a trait that triggers any kind of status effect. If it does 0 damage, it can't trigger it onto the first troop. Like you can see here, we have 3 mana. His ability is supposed to steal all of our mana, so he should have full mana right now. He should have took our 3, and we should have 0 mana on our golem. But because he has 0 attack, he can't do that. If he did something like a 4-time skull pierce, got that critical and got that 1 damage, then it would. But because he has literally 0 attack, it denies any of his skull modifiers that he has, so he wasn't able to take that mana that he needed to cast his ability. So that's pretty interesting. So let's continue this match. It's magic.
Mana surge.
I wonder if I can get a 4-time and show that other glitch that it doesn't kill HP. But you can see, it's already buggy enough that it probably doesn't. Don't really need to show you to really confirm that. But they are fixing it. And there actually should be an update pretty soon.
Mana surge. Mana
Probably in the...
surge.
They probably have a preview up probably in a week or so. I'd hope so. Because they said they're trying to do patches quicker. And it's been about a little over a month since the previous patch.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Of course, there's always these small updates like today with the plague. But you know, those are just mostly just for some extra troops. They're not like any kind of like meta changing, really like game changing, rebalancing or anything like that. Not much we can do here. I don't see a way we can drop skulls to get a attack off. I will attempt it with a random skull. Let's see if we can get one dropping from the sky. Nope.
Mana
So he'll take that.
surge.
He has 0 attack, so it does nothing. So let's just keep getting these 4 times. Lowering their nothing. But they basically have nothing left to lower, so. Hey, are we actually going to finish this match? Did you guys think this time would ever come?
Mana surge.
Okay. This match definitely went way longer than it needed to. And I'm talking about it going on way longer than it needed to. Way too much as well. Come on, 1 more skulls. Oh, I should have took that one first. Oh, actually, we still get it. Okay, okay, we're getting there. Come on, come on, yeah! Okay, we got it. It's over. Let's just take it that way for fun. Hope for a red. Boom, we got the red. We don't need it though. Okay, well that'll do it for this video. If you have any questions about the new mythic of the plague, any of the mythics, any questions about Gems of War in general, feel free to leave in the comment section below. Also, I am on Facebook now. Just Facebook search Tacet the Terror. You'll easily find me. You can even just search Tacet and I'll probably be like the only option there. So if you want to follow me there, keep up with all my updates and everything that I do, you can do that as well if you're interested in that. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.